In this GlassTrax training video, I will be covering how to issue credits and debits to your customer accounts. There are various reasons why you would want to do this, and I'm going to set up a couple of hypothetical situations of when you would want to do this. The first situation I'm going to be doing is for a debit to a customer's account. So this would be basically you're charging your customer an extra little bit. Now, one reason why you might want to do this is, let's say I've made a mistake. Let's say that I've entered in this payment for ABC Glass. Let me pull up the customer activity here. And I've got this $127.81 payment with check number 35151. That was actually supposed to go toward Benny's Glass and Door, and I accidentally put it in and posted it to ABC Glass. So the way that we have to fix this is through the generally accepted principles of accounting, which require you to create a correcting transaction. A lot of other softwares out there will just let you erase and delete transactions, which leads to a lot of problems. No paper trail. You don't know what happened or where. You might be in balance at the end of the year, and then you look at the end of the year 3 months later, and now you're out of balance because someone's gone back and adjusted those transactions, and there is no record to show you what they've adjusted. So it's different in GlassTrax. We require an adjusting transaction so that you can see the paper trail. So what I need to do is somehow debit this credit off because it shouldn't be on this customer's account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into AR, enter transactions, and I'm going to come in here and say, let's do a new one here. I'm going to do Benny, or let's do A, B, and C before I do the check for Benny. And I need to do a debit because I need to get rid of that $127.81. So I'm going to put in today's date, and I'm going to say reverse 35151, I think is what it was, something like that. And I'm going to go ahead and say it's 127.81, and I need to have that hit credit whatever account was hit originally for that payment. Now I know in my case that it was my cash and bank account. It was this 1010 right here. And basically it's saying, hey, you've already hit this in your bank register. Do you want to create another bank register? And if I want to even things out, I could. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. You can say no there. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save and post that. All right, so now that I've got that posted, let me come back into the customer activity screen here. Back in ABC Glass, back in customer activity, and now you see the check for 127.81 and then the reversal for 127.81. Now, those two obviously counter each other out, counter each other off. But you need to apply this payment to this debit now. So what you're going to do is click on the payment line, click on applications, hit the N button for new, and you're going to type in reverse for 35151, and it pulls in automatically. There is no discount on this, and it goes 127.81 is being applied to this. Now the other option is, if you don't remember what you typed in there, even though it's just recently, you can always use the binoculars and find those open documents that can be applied. So once you've got that, you hit save, and now you're done. You can exit out of here. That refreshes, and now notice right here the open amount on the payment is now 0. The open amount on the debit is now 0. If you were to look through a paper trail, you would look and say, oh, we accidentally put this in the wrong customer. We reversed it out right there. So now you know why that payment was taken out of ABC Glass. Then you would go through just like normal, and you would come in here and you would set up your payment for Benny's Glass and Door, and you would change the type to payment and go through and do your normal payment to get that set up. The other option that we can cover is how to do credits. Now, credits get used when you need to give your customer a little cash. Let's say you overcharge them. You're not going to issue a credit memo because they're not returning inventory, or it's not for a broken piece of glass. You're just going to go ahead and say, hey, we overcharged you on accident. We need to go ahead and give you a credit on your account. And that same thing comes through right here. You can go back to ABC Glass, and we'll go ahead and give you miscellaneous credit. Put in, we'll say $55 we overcharged you on a previous invoice, and you can say overcharge correction. That's going to pop up and say they don't have a PO that matches that, or an invoice that matches that. And then you come in here, put your $55 in here, and then enter the appropriate debit account here. So in this case, you could say, hey, it's because we overcharged them for tax, and you might want to have it hit your tax, depending on what you want it to do there. Then once you're done, you hit the apply payments and credits just as if it were a check or a payment that you received from your customer, and you can apply it to an invoice, or you can leave it as an open credit on the customer's account.